All right, what's up, guys? It's Raymond from Team Stride Zone. We're back, and this time we have a top 8 deck profile from by me. I used Aqua Force. Definitely my favorite clan that has stuck with me for the longest time. And I'll just break down my build, tell you my choices. There's some personal choices that I'll explain along the way. So let's get right to it. So first off, start off Officer Cadet Eric. Ride on it, draw a card. No explanation is needed. And moving on, this is where most Aqua Force decks typically use fronts, but for my build, I kind of deviate a little bit. So I'm still running fronts, 5 front triggers. Yeah. So five front triggers. Reason for this is I still want to make sure I hit numbers, so that way so be it for the Maelstrom pressure or the glory turns, they become difficult to guard, and I'm able to hit the consistent numbers. So this is basically why I still run the run fronts. Now you might think why I only run 5 of them, because I still want to see a decent amount not to ascent, but it's just so I can make room for the next following that most people don't see is 3 critical triggers. First I thought 2, but I'm not going to be able to see the good amount. But then I figured 3 makes it much more consistent for me to see, because it's not 4 where it's not a decent amount, but it still allows me to see it. And if you can hit on your grade 3 ride, your grade 2 rush ride, you'll be able to put your opponent in a corner pretty quickly, barring damage triggers and such. But that's all RNG. But point is, the critical triggers that allows you to basically push your opponent closer to the edge, so that way you can set up for the glory turn. And so it's definitely caught a good amount of my opponents off guard, and it allows me to help put me closer into the kill range. So and then we have, of course, draw PGs. No explanation needed. PGs are good. And then 4 heals. The way the trigger ratio is now is very flexible. So if you want to do more crits, you can do more crits. You could do fronts. But if you want to do heals, then it's all up to you. So you do what you want, what you fits best. But I feel like this lineup is what works the best for me. And now moving on to the grade 1 lineup, we'll have one of our ride targets, which is 4 Nicolas. Before I go on, this deck is 80% SP'd out, but we have 4. This allows you to fetch your Nicolas. I mean, not Nicolas, your Algos, and on top of that, it becomes an 11k beater. So when I use Wheel Assault skill to get the draw and superior call, that will be my secondary target to call if I don't have the pieces to do the Riptide Rush. So this is what allows me to dig into my pieces, and it comes an extra attacker and booster. And once it fizzles out, you're okay with letting it go. So that definitely helps make the deck much more consistent, as well as have another ride target. But here we have our main ride target, which is 4 Wheel Assault. This is definitely what helps Aqua Force. Is it allows them to do the draw into your pieces, and you call it, and the superior call disregards your guard's grade. Now the second skill, the first skill, which is at the end of the battle, it boosts. So it allows you to switch allows you to switch your attacking monsters regardless of position with one over the other. So let's say you have one over here, then you can, and after the unit that boosted Wheel Assault attacks, that can switch. And that can switch, and you can swing again, and this sets up some plays, which means you can either protect your pieces or you can get in another attack. So and without the cost of a counterblast, it allows more flexibility and leeways, and also you can switch your units to cell circles, which I'll explain a few combos. But overall, this is your main rod target that you want to do, 4, no more, no less. And Of course, like the last four like grade ones that I decided to like put in two Theo. Reason for this is not only is an attacker but also a pressure when it's being boosted by your maelstrom, and when the attack hits or when it's boosted hits, you can choose a unit, give it plus AK. This can come very clutch, especially in your glory turns. So sometimes, like for example, like you have a title set or Algos that's swing for 24k, that becomes a 32k, which it will end up being a 25k guard if you're not a Force Vanguard. So this is a very versatile card out of it too. So, but the last card, you might also like ask why, but big shout outs goes to Dwayne for introducing me to this card. 2 Calm Assault. Now, you might ask me why. Why am I not running Penguin? Why am I not? Why Calm Assault? Because in this deck now, we don't counterblast as much, and I feel like and most of the players like we use like Penguin for like the 5k, but I feel that with Calm Assault skill, which is when your other unit attacks, you can Soul Blast it, give that attacking unit plus 5k third or fourth battle. This is very strong, not just in your glory turns, but also in your Maelstrom turns, because your Maelstrom needs to be third or fourth battle to hit to get the restand, and that really. And that 5k can make a difference to push that threshold. And on top of that, you also still keep your AK boost. So I personally feel like this card has a lot more like utility like personally. And throughout my matches, like it has came in like clutch where like I needed that extra number to like push, and the opponent just had to take it and force the restand. You can still run Penguin if you want though. Like this is just like my personal tech, but I really feel that like this has a lot of utility. Big shout outs like big ups goes to like Dwayne like for introducing me to this like after a discussion. Now, and that's it for the ones. We're gonna go in for the twos. We have, of course, Tidal Assault. I originally thought about cutting him, but we needed another like attacker and like a combo starter extender. And like if you don't know, when it swings, Soul Blast it, restand it. If it's the first battle, like this attack power stays. If it's the second battle or more during the attacking step, you can make it minus 5k and then swing more. And then swing twice. If you choose the superior call, the Riptide, and also you have this in your hand, you automatically have 4 battles and you can literally rush your opponent with this. And he also does not cost a counterblast, it costs a Soul Blast, which I feel like we have a more issue of. So I feel like he still has a place in this deck right now, just to like get everything, just to get your momentum started. So this is really, so I think this is still like considered the staple. And of course, we have the other restander for Algos. This is your secondary right target. You don't use the Vanguard skill as much if you ride on Leo Assault, but he can still come in handy, pretty handy, like if you ride over like your Algos. And just, I mean, not Algos, so your anything that's not like Wheel Assault. So second Vanguard skill, second battle or more, or Count Blast, Soul Blast 1, restand one of your rear guards. This can help you get to your Coral Assault skill off, which is important. And also a second skill is just like a Tidal Assault on first battle, Count Blast 1. After his attacks, you restand him. So he still has a lot of like utility just to like get everything off. And then finally, we have the MVP, the most important like grade 2 for Coral Assault. This is an extremely important piece to have in the deck. Like, it's really difficult to play Aqua Force without it. The first skill is there's no attacking conditions. Four other units rested, it becomes a 24k beat stick on its own, 29 on XL2, and 29 on XL2, 34 on XL1, but we mostly use XL2, so 2 over 1. So we'll definitely go So I think so that's like our main choice. You can't. There's some interactions that you can do like with Real Assault just so you can get it to like attack, but this is important in your Maelstrom pressure, your glory turns, and also like at the end it gets you the draw that you need and refills your soul. So important staple to have. I feel like without this card though, like this deck would not be running. So, and then we'll go with the great threes. 3 OG Maelstrom. So basically, like now this does have some utility. You don't use the first skill as much unless you're up against like the force matchup, but you ride to it first, and they are against a Excel or a Protect grade 2. You can definitely like you don't need to spend like the counterblast 1 for like the plus 3k because you're already forcing like a 5k drop. But some matters like if you let's say you have a Coral Salt on your XL2 circle, it becomes a 32k. So like it really if you can thanks to like the cards though, like the restand like on hit it's not as much of a minus, but like when you can get rolling with this though, like it really puts the opponent in a position like when you high roll properly. So I used to run 4, but I did 3 because I felt like it's still enough for me to like see it consistently, which I had no issue with. And it's just so like room on my and it's much more room for my grade 2 and grade 1 turns. So you can play 4 if you want, but I feel like 3 just like works fine. And finally, the main muscle in this card, 4 Glory Maelstrom. If you don't know, counterblast 1, you can counterblast 1 act, and you force the opponent to like guard with only 1 card from their hand, and on top of that, they cannot intercept. So the only way to really like get out of this is if you have a damage trigger. But other than that, if they just rip 2 damage triggers, you're just sad. But other than that though, like this is the main muscle of the card, and if you can really kill them, and most likely when you ride into this, you are killing your opponent. But if they check double heals, you're just sad, and you just crawl up into a corner. Like, we'll just leave it at that. Very, very amazing card. I definitely helps you like win games. And finally, we have the last grade 2, which is like grade 3, which is the muscle of it. Sorry, 2 Riptide Dragon. Very, very flexible. 30. It is on the XL2. It is a 37k attacker. It is also a 40k if you have like the Maelstrom skill. 47 if you're using the Maelstrom glory skill, which is virtually unblockable. So if they don't have a PG on this card, they are like you're pretty much like that attack is pretty much like going through. And also, but aside from that with the Wheel Assault skill, you can even call Tidal Assault, and you can literally just like go to town on them. But I'll showcase like a few showcase a few like combos that you can do with like Wheel Assault. So we'll just have here, and let's say we'll just have the milk, and we'll just get this out. And also like we'll just see. I'm only using this for a demonstration. So let's say this is like a minimal board, and let's say like you want to have like the power for him though. So let's say like I'll just put this in for his soul. So let's say obviously it's gonna be different though. So you swing, you soul blast, restand, then swing with the wheel, swing with this boosted by the Wheel Assault, drive checks. Afterwards, use the skill, you swap these 2 up front. Now this will attack on hit is live. So it'll be about like a 20 depending on like the triggers though, but like a 20k lane. And then in the end, you swing this for 32. Because you swap these 2 units, you now have like 4 rested units, and you met his condition, so it allows you to pressure. So that's definitely one example. But overall, I'll just break down my matchups. I think it was I fought a I think I fought Royal Paladin, Narukami, two Bermudas. So two Bermudas round 3 and 4. Round 5 I fought like this might round 5 I fought I fought a OTT Tsukiyomi, which bricks because the opponent wasn't able to get the right chain. I fought a Kaguro Blade Master. Then I lost against my Novus in round 7, and round 8 I lost. Round 8 I was able to pull it off in the mirror. But I'll just finish it up with some shoutouts. First off, shoutouts to my friends Tony, the guys here at High Masters for like the support, and also shout outs to Dwayne for like helping me with the ideas and like construction. Your feedback's always been helpful, and I trust you for it. And also last but not least, shout outs to like the Team Greylock guys. After like John, Dan, Henry, after seeing you guys win, that became like my motivation to like do well, and try to like step my game up. And always enjoy the content you guys like put out, so just keep it up. And also last but not least, shout out to all the card fighters that have been doing well. That will just wrap up from my standard list. We will now have Corsa with his premium deck list, so that will shortly come up like on the same day like we get this list up. So stay tuned, and we'll see you for more.